Alright, what's the next chapter for MK? Basically in this video I'm just going to be going over some things of what I would like to see in the next game. Um, who knows if they're working on a new game right now or not. Haven't really been able to find anything online about it. But, and who knows if they're taking advice or reading posts that people leave on the MK forums, or if they're watching YouTube videos. Who knows if NetherRealm is watching some YouTube videos of maybe videos like this I'm making right now to include stuff into the new game, or to get ideas for the new game as far as like the online play goes, because let's face it, every single game now is about multiplayer. There are very few games out there that are based solely on like campaign or a story mode, and of course a game like this, it's basically all about the multiplayer and what they could do to better the multiplayer, where they can give us like more options to be at least more fun or even more competitive. One of the things that they introduced this year, of course, was test your luck. I made a video of this like very early on when the game first came out, of why they didn't use this, or why they didn't put this game type online, because it was so much fun. I mean, to put that game type online would be so much fun. It would take away some of the frustrations of the game. It would take away some of the times where you just completely raged on the game, whether it be from spammers, or whether it be from the lag, or just some of the the bullshit that we had to basically go through at the beginning of the game, up until about maybe I mean, the game is still kind of broken away to where they didn't really support it. But I think test your luck would be an awesome game type to introduce, at least for online, in the next game. Just because of the fact that it would, you could play with your friends, where you could play with some random person. I think it would be a lot of fun. I think it would, of course, like I just said, it would just take away from the frustration. You could just have fun with it. I mean, people playing with no arms, or people playing with no heads. I mean, that was some of the cool shit that they introduced, and I think to introduce that, or to bring that to online, would just make it so much better. Another one would be co-op play. I know they had co-op in this game, but not everybody's friend is sitting exactly right next to you. So they need to add co-op if you have a friend that, if you live on the East Coast and you play with someone a lot that plays on the West Coast. Of course, you're not going to be able to do co-op with them because, well, you live on the East Coast, they live on the West Coast. So having co-op and, combining forces with your friend and playing a tag match and stuff like that, I think that would be a hell of a lot of fun to do and to add to the game. As far as the online goes, tournaments, I think they definitely need to add some type of tournament bracket or something to this game. This game is all about being in tournaments and everything like that, because not every casual player can go and get their ass kicked by some of the pros on their Mortal Kombat circuit that they play in all the tournaments and stuff like that. I think it would be kind of cool to add to the online features a tournament feature for the casual player, whether it be an 8-player tournament, a 16-player tournament, a 32-player tournament. It could be a single elimination, it could be double elimination, something like that. I think it would be a lot of fun. It would definitely add again to the competitiveness of the game, because the only thing that if you were really competitive and you really looked at your stats and everything like that, the only thing you really had to go off of was pretty much the ranked matches, and that was it. I think they definitely need to add a tournament feature to the game, just to add to the competitiveness. Another thing, of course, that they introduced was the combat coins. But after you went to the crypt and you opened everything up and you had a shitload of combat coins left, I mean, you had nothing to do with them. They were basically just sitting there collecting dust, pretty much. And I think, I'm stealing this from, of course, like Black Ops, and of course Black Ops, I think, stole it from Counter-Strike, to where you would have a wager match, or wager matches to where they'd be, like 10 coins, 100 coins, 10,000 coins. You can go up to any type of amount that you want. I mean, you can go like a, almost like a no limit wager match, and really put money on the line, or fantasy money on the line, and just have fun with it. I think that would be kind of cool to add. To add tournaments and wager matches, I think that would add, and I think they would definitely keep the community around a lot longer than it has. Because I mean, you go online right now. I mean, there's not that much going on. There's not that many people still in the rooms. I mean, I went on there tonight, and there was maybe like 150 total people in the rooms, at least for on Xbox. So I think they'd, if they add that, they add those like 2 or 3 features to the online portion of the multiplayer. I mean, I think it would, keep the community around a lot longer. Something else too, they need to really, the matchmaking's got to be better in the game. I know going through some of the rooms sometimes, especially if you go into like a beginner room, you saw some people who had like 1,000 wins and 200 losses, and basically they're picking on people with losing records or anything like that. I mean, to me that's kind of BS. Or sometimes I know I had plenty of complaints on my comments that I was playing scrubs. Well, in ranked matches, you don't have the option of choosing who you're playing against. Sometimes they pin you up against someone who has like a I forgot what some type of, like a 5 level, to where if you're like a 28 level, sometimes if you're like a 24 level, they match you up with like a 44 level, and that matchmaking's got to be better. Something else for online, they need to add a practice mode and a sparring mode, at least for you and your friends possibly, or even a random person. I'm sure everybody has gone through their aches and pains of trying to learn a new character, and there's only so much you can do in practice mode and playing in ladders to think you're comfortable with a certain character. But then you go online and you play with that character, and then everything just goes completely out of whack, and you can't remember anything, and you just completely fuck up, and of course all those losses go right onto your record, and it kind of fucks up your record if you're a stat watcher and stuff like that. But I think they definitely need to add that practice mode and sparring mode to the game to figure out, are you going to feel comfortable with this character, or are you not going to feel comfortable with this character? Because sometimes there's a lot of good characters that you miss out on just because you get your ass kicked a few times, and it just doesn't seem like it works for you. So they definitely need to add that to the game. As far as like the story mode stuff, who knows what they're going to do with the new story mode, if they're going to continue on like they did Mortal Kombat 1 through 3 in this one, where it's a reboot. Are they going to do a reboot of like Deadly Alliance, Deception, Armageddon? Are they going to do all that? Are they going to bring in new characters? Are they going to keep some of the old characters? Who knows what they're going to do. I definitely would like to see what they're going to do with the new story mode, and what they're going to add to it, and what the new characters are going to look like. But I would like to see them keep some of the older characters, just because that's what basically, as an older MK fan, that's what brought me back to this game. So I don't know, let me hear your comments, let me hear what you think, what they should add, or what you guys think of what my options are for this, and that'll be it. Later.